Welcome to a special edition of the CJ Werleman Show. I'm your host, CJ Werleman. Thank you for joining us. But first, a quick reminder to click the subscribe button below so you never miss a single episode. Now let's get into it. The Hindu fascist propaganda film, The Kashmir Files, which tells of a mythical Hindu genocide in the disputed territory, has unleashed a wave of hatred against Muslims in India and Kashmir. Regular viewers of this program will recall how we unpacked and debunked the many lies and false narratives contained within this genocide-inciting film. But none of this has stopped the Modi regime from using the movie as a convenient political prop, mostly because it parrots the central theme of Modi's political narrative that India's Hindu majority is under threat from the country's Muslim minority. Now, what I have for you is an idea for a new film script, The Gujarat Files, which would narrate the story of the anti-Muslim pogrom that took place in the Indian state of Gujarat in 2002 when Narendra Modi was its chief minister. But yes, I know what you're thinking. There's just no way on God's green earth the Hindu fascist Modi regime would allow the filming, let alone screening, in Indian cinemas of a movie titled The Gujarat Files, given it would expose Modi's direct role in the genocide. Well, here's the good news. I don't live in India, so I'm going to present an outline for a Gujarat Files movie in two parts. First, evidence of Modi's hands in the anti-Muslim genocide, and then secondly, a screenplay that gives visuals to the evidence. But let's start with a basic comparative fact that would set the Gujarat Files apart from the Kashmir Files. That whereas only 89 Hindus were killed in Kashmir during a 30-year period spanning 1989 to 2021, according to Srinagar Police Headquarters, there were more than 2,000 Muslims hacked and burnt to death in Gujarat during a single 3-day period in 2002. The violence erupted after a train caught fire in Godhra on 27 February of that year, causing the deaths of 58 Hindu pilgrims. But whereas multiple independent commissions, including one led by a Supreme Court justice, concluded that the fire was accidentally lit from inside the train, the Modi government claimed it was an act of terrorism caused by a mob of Muslims. Modi used the tragedy as an opportunity to reward his Hindu national supporters by inciting hatred against Muslims. But don't take my word for it, take the testimony of a senior police officer who said this.
The ghost of the Godhra riots back to haunt Narendra Modi. This time, it's senior police officer Sanjeev Bhatt who alleges that Modi was complicit in the Godhra riots. In an affidavit filed in the Supreme Court, Bhatt says that he was present at the crucial law and order meeting chaired by Modi, held on 27th of February. In this meeting, he claims Modi told his officers, this time the situation warranted that the Muslims be taught a lesson to ensure that such incidents do not recur ever again. The chief minister expressed the view that the emotions were running very high amongst the Hindus and it was imperative that they be allowed to vent out their anger.
Now watch Babu Patel, who was not only the local head of far-right Hindu organisation Bajrang Dal at the time, but also charged with being a central actor in organising the violence against Muslims during those bloody days.
गुजरात में नरेंद्र भाई ने किया है वो कोई नहीं कर सकता। यदि नरेंद्र भाई का साथ नहीं होता कि उसका प्रतिकार दे भी नहीं सकते, क्योंकि पुलिस सामने खड़ी थी, देखती थी, सब कुछ होता था, मगर पुलिस ने एक मुंह बंद और आंख बंद कर दी थी। एक ही नाका था, दरवाजा एक ही है, जैसे सोसाइटी का एक ही नाका है, फिर अब पूरा पार्टियां शुरू होता है, मुसलमान लोग शुरू होते हैं। उनको रोकना था तो पुलिस वहां पे 50 साइड खड़ी थी, तो भाई हमको रोक ले।
What he said is clear, that the violence wouldn't have happened without Modi's leadership and the complicity of Gujarat State Police, which operated under Modi's direct control.
रात को आए ना साहब, उन्होंने बोला एक जगह इतना बड़ा हो जाएगा तो मेरा भी तकलीफ होगा। उन्होंने उठा के सब अहमदाबाद में फिरवा दी, सब सिविल में लेके अलग अलग जगह से पोस्टमार्टम किया कि वहां से बताई, वहां से बताई, वहां से बताई, और उनको करना पड़ा। कुवैत का भी उन्होंने वर्णन नहीं किया, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। पेपर और मीडिया वालों ने चुराया था थोड़ा, और वो सब दब दबा के, और हमने तबियत से काटा, हल्दी गाड़ी बनाई। और हमको गर्व है कि ऐसा एक बार दो बार मौका आ जाए और भी, तो और मरते मरते ये तो देखते जावे।
In other words, the violence that was unleashed against Muslims following the Godhra train tragedy meets the legal definition of state-sanctioned terrorism. Alarmingly, Hindu fascist groups such as Bajrang Dal continue to grow and flourish in India, and with the same hateful ideology and with the same leaders in control who make no effort to conceal their genocidal hatred.
The BJP has served as the political arm of a hardcore Hindu nationalist paramilitary group, the RSS. And I know that I've just thrown a lot of letters at you there, but if there is one thing that I'd really like you to know about the RSS, and by extension Modi's party, it is this.
The RSS was formed in 1925 by Keshav Baliram Hedgewar with the purpose of creating a Hindu unity. Early leaders such as M.S. Golwalkar admired Adolf Hitler and the Nazi movement for steps taken to ensure, quote, the purity of the race and its culture.
You see, the main difference between 2002 and 2022 is today these Hindu fascist goons are now ruling a majority of India's 28 states. But in circling back to the Gujarat riots, the key takeaway is this: that India's #1 strategic ally, the United States, looked at the evidence regarding Modi's involvement in the Muslim genocide and concluded this.
In 2002, violent riots broke out along sectarian lines across Gujarat, killing more than 1,000 people, mostly Muslims. Modi oversaw all of this as head of the state and is blamed for doing nothing to stop the violence. The United States revoked the leader's visa over the incidents in 2005.
Washington Post columnist Rana Ayub recently published her findings into the Gujarat riots after conducting an 8-month-long undercover investigation while impersonating a filmmaker from the American Film Conservatory. Her ruse allowed her to meet with government officials and police officers who held pivotal positions in Gujarat during and after the 2002 anti-Muslim pogrom. The transcripts from her conversations with these figures revealed the complicity of the state and Narendra Modi in crimes against humanity. Rana's findings would form the backbone of any film that accurately portrays the Gujarat riots. But while there's no indication that a future Gujarat Files movie sits on the horizon, a scene from the Indian film Parzania narrates the attack carried out by Hindu extremists on a Muslim neighborhood in Gujarat in 2002. What you're about to see is what a would-be Gujarat Files movie would look like were it to report the horrific events honestly and accurately. Video 7. You just witnessed a sample of the horror unfolding against Muslims under the rule of now Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The horrors of Gujarat repeated in Delhi just 2 years ago, when members of Modi's party incited a 6-day orgy of violence against Muslim neighbourhoods in the Indian capital, resulting in the deaths of 52 people.
Fear. As tensions remain high in Delhi. The national capital, a battleground. Violent clashes between Hindus and Muslims have rocked the city for days. Entire neighbourhoods ripped apart as mobs roam the streets. The riots have been centred in the northeast of the city, in largely Muslim neighbourhoods. This mosque was set alight. The charred remains lay scattered.
Clearly, the Gujarat Files is a movie India and the rest of the world must see, because change, accountability and justice is impossible without people first having awareness about the gravity of the situation. And the situation right now is this: Narendra Modi has pushed 200 million Muslims to the brink of genocide. Come on Hollywood, let's do this. Anyway, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching this special edition of the CJ Wellerman Show. Please like and subscribe to this channel and help spread the word of your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And we kindly ask you please support this endeavour by becoming a member of this program at patreon.com/CJ Wellerman. We can't sustain, produce and grow this endeavour without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning or good day, wherever you are, and stay blessed.